can do, as well as what are the possible other scenarios they can pursue, what are the business opportunities they can pursue, where the R&D input will be highly valued and which will result the highest benefit for the company on financial perspective as well as on a strategic perspective. Now we will focus on the finance and IT section. So the primary responsibility is to produce monthly management accounts and annual statutory accounts, have financial systems in place, and what are standard absorption costing mechanisms that can be used in the production, and to have an annual basis budget and top-down incremental approach as well, and to process and record the day-to-day transactions which occur in the company. Now we will focus on the industry analysis of the vacuum cleaners product ranges. The primary three competitors who are the major players have more than 40% of the market share in terms of this product, and Charge IT comes in as the fourth player. The total sales in Eastland for the year of 2019 is $648, which is a $6 million reduction on the total compared to the prior year. The upright and cylinder vacuum cleaners are the main category which are experiencing decline from 2015 onwards, primarily due to the change in customer trends. So now the customer's focus has been on the cordless handheld product as well as the robotic vacuum cleaners, which have had a significant increase in terms of their sales. The robotic vacuum cleaners having 17.5% and the cordless one is having 5.7% in the years of 2019. Now we'll focus on the industry analysis of the lawn mowers and gardening power tools. From the data provided, it's evident that the lawn mowers sales has contracted by 1.1% to $356.9 million, and the power tools has slightly increased by 3.9% for the year 2019, where the sales amounts to $324.4 million. The robotic lawn mowers, however, showed significant increase as compared to the vacuum cleaner product as well, from $51.5 to $58.9 million. So the sales of power tools and the lawn mowers are expected to grow over the next 5 years, which is the industry trend. But the main growth area will be the robotic lawn mowers, where there is significant opportunity for growth because of the new technologies that are used by the company as well as the customer expectation and demand. We'll focus on the financial analysis of Charge IT in comparison to its previous year's performance. So the revenue has grown by 32.4%. The cost of sales has increased by 42.3%, which is higher than the increase in revenue, which suggests that the cost of the raw materials might have increased in comparison to the increase in the profitability, the increase in the price of the products which are sold. The gross profit has increased by 24%. The operating expenses has only increased comparatively lesser than the other percentage increases by 15.7%, which suggests that they are managing their operating expenses such as administration expense, sales and marketing expenses in a very prudent manner. Hence, this has resulted in the increase in operating profit by 59.3%. The finance income has grown by 61.54%. All of this has resulted in the profit before tax being 59.36%. The taxation has increased by a significant amount, which needs to be analyzed in detail as to why that is. The profit for the year in comparison to the prior year has increased by 51.75%, which suggests that they are a company which is more focused on growth momentum and there is significant scope for development as well. And this type of growth is actually positive, and if they can maintain this, that will be great. Now we'll compare the ratio analysis for the 2 years of 2018 and 2019 for Charge IT. The GP margin has reduced slightly and the operating profit margin has improved, which is primarily due to the way they have managed their operating expenses. Hence, the profit before tax and the profit after tax has improved. The return on capital employed also has marginally improved, whereas the asset turnover ratio has marginally dropped, which means that the company is using their assets less wisely compared to the prior year. The good thing about this company is that gearing and the interest cover are nil, which suggests that they are a zero debt company which has no loans in the short term and in the long term. And they have continued to improve their working capital cycle through their inventory days, receivable days and payable days, where they have reduced the receivable days, payable days as well as the inventory days, which suggests that the cash flow is regularly coming in and the items are not stored much in their warehouses, and their suppliers also very happy because of their payment terms, which has improved their working cycle days. Now we look at Charge IT's key performance indicators, that is the past 3-year performance of 2017, 18, 19 with the budgeted one of 2020. Sales has continued to grow in actual terms with a minimum increase of 26.2%. Currently the budget is stating that there will be a 15.1% increase, which is kind of defensive in compared to the prior sales growths. But the gross profit margin, the operating profit margin has continued to decline. The reason for gross profit margin decline may be that Charge IT is unable to increase the price of the products due to competition, or that the cost of raw materials involved in the production has increased. The other reason for the operating profit decline may be that their sales, the expenses which they incur in making the sale, like administration expenses as well as sales and marketing expenses, might have increased, but in the prior slide we saw that compared to last year there was a reduction. So they need to find mechanism to improve their cost in terms of the goods, manufacturing of goods, as well as the other expenses that are involved. And in terms of the number of product launch, on the least they have launched is in 2019, which is 2 products. The highest is in 2018, which is 4 products. So they are benchmarking 4 products to be launched in this budgeted year of 2020. And in the examination, we can expect some question with regard to the budget and whether there are any deviation in terms of the performance. These might be possible questions which can come up in the examination. That will be all for preliminary analysis of the operational level case study. Please stay tuned with us when we progress to the detailed analysis and the financial ratio calculation as how it's done. There will be upcoming videos on that as well. So patiently wait for those videos and subscribe to our channel, and please leave your comment below so that it will further encourage us to do more such videos and as well as clear your doubts. So always stay tuned with us.